Hello everybody. Kenny here, also known as Psy Guy, or am I? Welcome to the channel. This is my introductory video. It'll hopefully only be a few minutes. I'm getting a bit more organized. I usually do these introductions and vlogs raw, but due to mental aspects, currently kind of doing this by a script, so bear with me. I wanted to touch base to get a bit more personal, talk about the channel's direction. You'll probably notice the majority of the content, if you've been browsing, is mostly gaming, gamer logs, whatnot. I'm moving on to more of an outline format, again, for these vlogs and the intros. Not really for the gaming videos, but like I said, my brain's been a bit scattered, and this helps me keep things clear and on track for you guys. Total transparency, obviously, always. I'm a bit of an open book. I talk a lot about stuff here on the channel. I don't go into too many details like concerning family or whatnot, but I tend to give a general overview when it comes to myself. Obviously, for security reasons, I don't go into things like location, exact location, or anything to that regard. But I do have association with other YouTubers, and you'll see me mention them every so often. I do engage with chat on the live streams, so there is that. Um, the ecosystem here on the channel is a mixed bag. There's a lot going on. Projects, streams, gamer logs, video logs, reviews, all kinds of stuff. It's always been that way. It's been that way for 14 years. There's videos that have not aged well, and there's others that are still relevant and very, very popular. So when you see the name, people think gaming, or you see the channel, people think gaming. And again, that's a huge part of it. And some of the all-time favorites: BioShock Infinite, Street Fighter series, Final Fantasy series, especially 8 and 10-2. You will definitely see 10-2 content here on the channel, including Street Fighter. Mostly the Versus series, Capcom versus SNK, Marvel versus Capcom, so on and so forth. I'll upload Twitch streams to the YouTube channel whenever I'm chilling out on a console stream over on Twitch. It's the channel's my main hobby. I'm a hobby content creator, so it can be lukewarm, it can be really good or really bad, but it's where I put most of my creative energy. I spend a lot of time thinking about big questions sometimes, and this has led to, especially on the gaming front, the Psycast Podcast, which is a side passion project. There will be a link down below to that channel. As of this recording, it's currently in beta, but that is AI companions I've come up with, or hosts, AI hosts, that I've kind of put a human element to, and their name is Castia and Cypher. I use different tools for that. I've mentioned in the previous video, I won't mention it here, but I've gotten into AI creation. I've given them a face, I've given them a content, I do some deep research, versus battles, so on and so forth. So again, video logs, gamer logs, streams, and of course the side podcast, among other things. I'm very open about my mental health. It's just a part of my reality, as it is with everybody else. I manage bipolar 2 and ADHD, inattentive. I am medicated on that part. It has impacted my life. I went through a very dark period in my life where I checked myself in and got help. I was diagnosed, and it's been a bit of an uphill battle, but a bit of a revelation since then. So this obviously can directly impact content with those struggles. Some days I have a million ideas, classic bipolar energy. Other days, focusing on a single thread is a real challenge. Hello, ADHD. This new format isn't about being robotic. I'm trying to make it a tool and to help things more streamlined. It's how I can consistently show up and give you the best content I can concerning vlogs and gamer logs, so on and so forth, without getting overwhelmed. It's a practical solution. It also helps, again, keep me directed because I can ramble and it'll help shorten videos. Although I know some viewers, appreciate the rambles, but I do want to help keep it more focused on logic and structured thought. It comes from my past, specifically breaking away from a forced religious upbringing that I talk about in vlogs, which, again, when you talk about trauma like that, can send you into the weeds. I can go off course, and, I tend to talk about how that didn't align with my intellectual nature, how I am naturally. I had a bit of a survival mentality back in that state. Again, I've done videos past on that. It might come up here and there in vlogs and on streams, but it was a serious impact on my life. And being a trauma survivor, as I was, especially from a family member, impacts your life. So bit of a weird segue there, but touching on who I am, like philosophy-wise, I'm not religious. I believe that we are, in a sense, the universe experiencing and exploring itself. Essentially, we're its sensory organs. We are the universe is us, kind of thing. This leads to my humanistic view. It's essentially a worldview that focuses on human reason, shared values, and our potential as a species, rather than looking to a supernatural authority, such as it were. But with that said, doesn't mean I don't potentially believe in aliens, which I do. Ghosts, I think there is a science behind that humanity is still kind of dipping into. Now you might find some irony. Well, he's not religious. He doesn't believe in a spiritual authority, but ghosts are still on the platter. So it is. I admit there is irony in that. But for me, the most important thing we can do is to strive to better our species. The goal of this channel and my life really is to connect with who I can, spread a good message, help the universe grow a little, hopefully in positivity. There might be some negativity. I'm human. And work towards a vibrant, hopeful future. I am a small channel, although I've been building for over 14 years. We've got a great community. We've done some great things in the past. You can check out all the content here on the channel. I'm constantly trying to keep it organized. But I'll say this as I say with pretty much every other stream and video, and I will end it here. Remember, you're awesome. Never let the world tell you otherwise. Stay safe, stay sane, and I hope you enjoy the content. And if you don't, if it's not your cup of tea, I definitely get it. But I wish you well. See you.